Welcome back to Awakening the Inner Avatar. Today we're talking about The Earth King, Book 2, Episode 17 of Avatar The Last Airbender. This episode is a turning point. It's the moment where truth finally reaches the highest place in the city, and the whole story begins to shift. But what makes this episode so powerful isn't just the politics. It's the emotional theme underneath it all. When you finally get what you've been praying for, and then life asks you to take the next step. A step that might involve trust, change, and even separation. So let's step into it, gently, clearly, and together. The episode begins with something we've been waiting for. Aang and the gang are celebrating. They got Appa back. They escaped the Dai Li. They're together again. And Sokka says basically, okay, since we are on a roll, maybe we should try meeting the Earth King again and tell him everything. Katara and Toph strongly disagree. Katara points out something very real. Long Feng is in control of the city. His conspiracy is too powerful, and she wants to leave this place behind. But Aang feels different now. With Appa back, he feels stronger, like they have a real chance to do what they came here to do. And then they see 3 ships in the water searching for them. So they decide they'll fly to the palace and speak to the Earth King now. As they fly toward the palace, Sokka thinks it won't be that dangerous. And immediately, surface-to-air rocks start flying at them. Long Feng clearly warned the palace guards. There's a garrison waiting. They land anyway. Aang leaps off Appa in a dramatic superhero landing and uses earthbending to lift the stone ground and knock soldiers down like dominoes. They push forward through wave after wave of guards. And it feels intense because it is intense. They're not just being stopped, they're being prevented. Because if the Earth King learns the truth, the whole illusion collapses. Back at the tea shop, Zuko and Uncle Iroh return home. Uncle Iroh reassures him letting Appa go was the right thing. But Zuko looks depleted. He says he doesn't feel well. And then he collapses. A fever begins to take over, and something deeper is happening inside him. Something spiritual, emotional, and identity level. Inside the palace, Aang and the gang search room after room. They finally find the throne room. Huge doors opened by earthbending. The king is there, guarded, and Long Feng is there too. Long Feng tells the king that Aang and his friends are there to overthrow him. And honestly, the king's response makes sense from his point of view. You invade my palace, lay waste to my guards, break down my fancy door, and you expect me to trust you? So the group drops their weapons, and Long Feng immediately takes advantage. They're detained. Then Long Feng lets it slip that Aang is the Avatar. And because of Bosco, the king's bear, the king decides to hear him out. This is important. Even when someone's being controlled for a long time, there's still a part of them that can wake up. Aang tells the Earth King about the war, about the brainwashing, the blackmail, the Dai Li. Long Feng denies everything. He says the group are anarchists. He tries to twist truth into chaos. And the Earth King wavers because he's trusted Long Feng for years. But Sokka steps in with a simple, undeniable detail. Long Feng said he'd never seen a sky bison, but Appa bit him during their escape. They show the bite mark, and the Earth King finally agrees to investigate. The Earth King travels with them by train, and he admits something shocking. He's never left the palace. They go to Lake Laogai, but it's destroyed. The king feels frustrated. Doubt returns. Then Katara remembers the drill damage at the outer wall. Aang takes the king to see it. And there it is. The drill, the destruction, the Fire Nation symbol, reality. Long Feng tries to explain it away as a construction project, but the king doesn't believe him anymore. He orders Long Feng arrested. The Dai Li take him, and for a moment, it feels like victory. Zuko's fever grows worse. He dreams he's Fire Lord. 2 dragons, one red, one blue, circle him. The blue dragon seduces him into sleep, into surrender. Then Uncle Iroh's voice cuts in. Don't listen. Get out before it's too late. And then we hear Azula's voice through the dream. Sleep. Just like mother. The walls crumble. His mother appears, calling for help. The dream ends. This is what inner conflict looks like. When who you are becoming fights with who you believed you had to be. Back at the palace, the Earth King thanks them. He calls himself the King of Fools. They tell him about the comet and about the solar eclipse as their chance to strike. The king worries about moving troops. Sokka tells him the truth. The city is already vulnerable. You can either sit back and wait or take the offensive and give yourself a fighting chance. The king agrees. He supports them. General Hao brings secret files from Long Feng's office. A letter from Toph's mom. Guru Patik's message for Aang. Intelligence about a water tribe fleet led by Hakoda, Sokka and Katara's dad. Everyone is emotional. Aang is called to train. Sokka is called to his father. Katara is to stay with the Earth King. And Toph goes to meet her mom. And then Katara says what everyone knows. They have to split up. Aang doesn't want to. But growth doesn't always come as a group decision. Sometimes It comes as separate paths. They hug, they say goodbye. Toph admits she'll miss them. And Aang and Sokka fly off. As they're leaving, palace guards tell the Earth King 3 Kyoshi warriors have arrived. Sokka is convinced it's Suki. He's so excited he falls off Appa. But it's not Suki. It's Azula, Mai, and Ty Lee disguised. Meanwhile, Longfeng smiles in jail because the Dai Li are still loyal to him. Toph is trapped in a metal box by the men hired by her father. Zuko wakes from a dream where he's bald with an arrow, then realizes it's only a dream. And the episode ends with that feeling of, we gained ground, but the battle isn't over. Let's take a breath. This episode is about truth and what happens after truth. Truth disrupts what's comfortable, but it sets us free. Sometimes denial feels safer, but it keeps us stuck. Now let's ask ourselves, where am I avoiding a truth because it changes what comes next? I think at some point in our lives, most of us get to this place where we are afraid of the next steps that need to be taken. And we get comfortable in something that's not really comfortable. It's only comfortable because we've been there for a long time. And so what we think is comfortable is what is actually keeping us stuck in one place. And so it's something that at some point most of us do ask ourselves. We are afraid of what the truth may be because the next step might be scary, and not necessarily in a bad way, just in a not understanding, or not, obviously the not knowing of it all, the not knowing of what awaits us on the other side. So if we ever feel this way, something that we can tell ourselves, an affirmation that we can say to ourselves in these moments is, and you can obviously repeat after me, is, I can face what's real, one step at a time. And it's basically just like what I've been saying, during these last few episodes, basically that everything we do, every step we take, every decision we make, every moment in time, everything is one thing at a time, one moment at a time. And that is okay. We don't have to face everything all together all at once. We can face one thing at a time. And that can be good enough. Turning points require courage, not certainty. They don't have a perfect plan. They have a choice to act anyway. Now you can ask yourself, or we can ask ourselves, what's one brave step I can take without needing the whole map? Once you make the decision to move forward, again, looking back at the affirmation that we just read, one step at a time. So once you make the decision to face your fear or the truth that you've been avoiding or whatever that may be for you, the next thing is to think about one step that you can take towards that. And it doesn't have to be something big. It can be something small. Because again, it's one step that we are taking. One step that we're taking towards the bigger picture. It really is like a puzzle. When we are working on a puzzle, we don't just, take the puzzle out of the box and place it and boom, the puzzle is made. No, you take one piece at a time and you place the puzzle one piece at a time. And once you've done every piece, then you can take a step back and see the bigger picture. So this is a question that sometimes requires deep reflection and thought. Or it can be something small and simple. What can I do to start moving forward towards what I've decided? That can be talking to somebody about what you've decided, or something like making a list of what you need to do so that you can move forward on what you've decided. It can be many different things. So, yeah. And now an affirmation that can help you in this moment, and you can repeat after me, is I don't need certainty to move forward. And this affirmation, what I feel is that you don't have to be 100% sure to start moving forward towards your decision. A lot of the times, depending on the decision that you've taken, the answer is simply just to move forward. Move forward with it, no matter what. Sometimes growth means separating. Not because love is broken, but because the path is calling. This is a sacred kind of distance. Now let's ask ourselves, what part of me is being asked to grow on its own right now? Sometimes that means having to, take a step back from people, or again, it really is about creating distance. Like for me, I think about myself, and I am someone who grew up surrounded by family and my family's love. And I had friends and people that I knew and all those things. But at some point, I was being called to move away and start anew in a new place. And it was a very difficult decision, but ultimately, it was also a very easy decision. It was also a very scary decision. Everything about it was just kind of scary, just because I was moving to a new place where I didn't know a lot of people. And it was difficult in the beginning. I missed my family. I missed the people that I knew. But I knew that it was all for the right reasons. And it was all meant to be this way. So ultimately, it was it was important to do it. It was important. It was important because I needed to grow. Now, an affirmation that can help with this is, and you can repeat after me again, distance can be a doorway, not a loss. And that's certainly true. I miss my family every day and I talk to them every day. But distance was definitely an opportunity. And I knew that I was in the right mindset. It was the right time. And it was truly an opportunity. So I took it. I took that opportunity. And it certainly is a doorway. And it's brought so many different things into my life, so many things I've learned. And even including this podcast, distance and time have brought me to this place where I can do this. I can do this podcast and be here and take the time to do this for me, for myself, and for those who feel the way I do or, have like-minded thoughts. The Earth King reminds us that awakening isn't just discovering the truth. It's letting the truth change your life. It's choosing the next step, even if it's scary, even if it means you can't take everyone with you. And if you're at a turning point right now, I hope you remember, you don't need to rush. You don't need to know everything. You just need the next step. Until next time, stay gentle with yourself. This is Awakening the Inner Avatar. This podcast is a fan-created project intended for educational and spiritual reflection. All clips, references, and content related to Avatar, The Last Airbender, Star Wars, Rebels, and other media are used under fair use for commentary, analysis, and transformative discussion. All rights to original shows, characters, and music belong to their respective creators and copyright holders.